All right, welcome back, class. This is Unit 7, Lesson 5, one-step equations. So the I can statement is I can solve one-step equations and check my answers with substitution. So we're going to solve, find an x value, substitute it back in, and confirm that the statement is true. So in this first problem, it says solve for x using algebra tiles. I drew them out, and then we will solve them. So these blue long pieces we'll call x. So it's x plus 2, two of those. These are positive, equals 3. So we want to get all of our positive constants on one side and set them equal to x. So to get rid of them on the left, we're going to have to add some negative pieces here. Red will be negative, so if you do it to the left, you must add some negative pieces to the right. These will cancel or simplify because you have a positive and a negative piece and another positive and negative, and then they'll do the same on the right side. So what's left is we have x equals 1 positive tile, so x equals 1. Now we can check by substituting. So we're going to substitute x equals 1 back into the equation. So we have 1 plus 2 equals 3. And on the left we have 3 equals 3, and that's true. So that works out. So let's do it with the second problem. We have x minus 2 equals 1. Red is negative. Red is bad, minus pieces. So we want to add 2 positive pieces to simplify, and then we have to add 2 positive pieces on the right. So then these will simplify. So then now we have x equals how many pieces? 3. X equals 3. This equation is balanced. And let's check. Again, we're going to be substituting this x in for this to check here. So it'll be 3 minus 2 equals 1. So the difference will be positive. The difference is 1, so that's also true. So x does equal 3 for this problem. And then finally, this last problem, x plus 4 equals negative 2. So we want all of our pieces on one side. We have 4 tiles, so we need to add 4 negative tiles, and we need to do it to the left and the right. So then we have x equals, and then these will simplify. So x equals how many negative pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. And we can check that as well. Substitute it back in to the equation right here for x. So that'll be negative 6 plus 4 equals negative 2. The difference between negative 6 and 4 is 2, and it'll be negative because the negative term is bigger. Does negative 2 equal negative 2? It does. So that is our one solution. Okay, now let's solve equations without using algebra tiles. It's the same idea. We have x plus 8 equals 17. So just like we did when we drew it out as x as a long tile and then 4 little pieces like this problem, we have x plus 4 equals 17. Then when we added some negative tiles to get rid of them on the left, we can do it the same way using algebra. So we're going to add a negative 8 to both sides. This then will simplify. So all that's left is x equals, and then on the right we have 17 plus a negative 8. That difference is going to be 9, and it's a positive 9. So next problem, we have x minus 5 equals 11. So we have some what would be negative tiles. So my opposite that we'll want to do to simplify the left will be to add 5. We want x by itself. Therefore, this will simplify to 0. So I guess we can write that out. It'd be x plus 0 equals 11 plus 5 is 16. Anything plus 0 is itself, so we would just have x equals 16. Oh, finally, we can substitute and solve. So let's substitute 16 back in and check. 16 minus 5 equals 11. That does equal 11, so that's true. Let's check the first one. We're going to substitute 9 back in. 9 plus 8 equals 17. 17 equals 17. Yep. Let's check here. A minus 4, so we're going to want to add 4 to both sides. So we will get, this will be 0, so all that's left is x equals a difference, and the negative sign is greater than, so it'll be negative. The difference is a negative 11. Let's substitute it back in for x. Negative 11 minus 4 equals negative 15. Simplify the left. Oh yeah, that would have also helped too, huh? Drawing our line through here. Okay, so negative 11 minus 4 can be rewritten as negative 11 plus a negative 4. Same signs, and we're adding, so we will keep the sign. That does equal negative 15, so that also works out. Last problem, x plus 3 equals negative 4. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides to get x by itself. That's simplified, so all that's left is x equals negative 4 minus 3 would be negative 7. And then let's plug it back in to check. Negative 7 plus 3 equals negative 4. We have these different signs, so the difference would be 4, and it would be negative because the negative sign is greater than. And that does equal, so good. All right, so that's how we solve one-step equations with using tiles up here, and then without using tiles down here. And then finally you try that step, and then we're going to move on. How do coefficients change the way we work with the equations? So x plus x plus x equals 3x, and then we're calling this 3x. This is 3 of something. So for each x, we have a long tile here. Those are equivalent. The coefficient is a number that is being multiplied by an unknown quantity. The variable represents the unknown quantity. So it's 3 times something. X represents something. Solve for x in the equation. So it says 3x equals 15. So we're going to want to equally distribute this, because for each x, it equals some number here. And that's what we're solving. It's an unknown quantity. So we're going to equally piece this together. So for each x, how many times will that go into 15 evenly? We'll have one group of 5. We'll say another group of 5, and then one more group of 5. So what does that mean? That means x equals 5. Because we divided each group of 5 3 times, and then we got 3x equals 5. So let's substitute, solve for it. 3 times 5 equals 15, because I'm substituting x in back up here. So 3 times 5 is 15 equals 15. Yep. So that's how that works there. For each x, each group equals 5 of these things, because 3 times x equals 15. So let's solve for the following here. We're going to break into inverse operations. That's what we're doing. So we're going to want to divide both sides by 4. Because just like up here, we had 3 groups of 15 of these. So that breaks into 5 groups evenly. So we're going to divide both sides by x to find out, or divide both sides by 4 so we know what x equals. If we divide by 4 on the left, 4 over 4 is 1. And then on the right, 12 over 4 will simplify to 3. And then again, we're going to substitute that back in. Check it. 4 times 3 equals 12. 4 times 3 does equal 12. So that is our one solution there. Here we're going to divide both sides by 5 because it is a product. It's 5 times 5, so my inverse operation will be to divide both sides by 5. So the left will simplify. And then we have x equals, we have a negative over a positive, so our signs are different. And then 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then let's substitute and check. So 5 times negative 2 equals 10. A negative 10, that is negative 10. So that's our one solution. All right, and then you try. And let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.